everyone. Welcome to MGP457. I'm Kev, and with me as ever, there's Sheepdog, Anna, and Pabs. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
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 Oh, Pab, that was an excellent hello. You sound
good?
like you're... Yeah, it was
Trying.
like a hello, ladies. Pab's got his late night love radio voice on. It's Sunday night. Pab's going to play some love songs and solve your relationship problems.
Sunday night.
Pabby. Yeah, it's Sunday night local radio in the 90s.
Okay.
Late night love. Did you not have that? Was that not a thing?
No.
Am I that? Is it just because I'm a smidgen older than you lot?
No, I remember
No,
that.
I
I'm guessing in
remember
the
that.
north it's just so grim they don't have smooth love. It's probably their idea of smooth is just less jagged.
Yeah. What do you do on Sunday nights in the north, Pab? We all get around the radio and listen to local radio together down south.
God. Yeah. I don't know.
You probably just sit there like making gravy and
There's nothing
If
wrong
only.
with gravy.
If
tending
only.
to the
can't-
pigeons or whatever you northern people do. Gravy and pigeons.
I can't listen to those. I don't listen to them because I'm not an old man, but they also remind me of when I was a whippersnapper training to be a nurse all those many moons ago. They used to have the smooth radio on at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and at 2 a.m. in the morning when you're a nurse on an old folks ward, all you're doing is walking around checking no one's dead, and it's really, really scary. And all you've got is like Luther Vandross singing or some other smooth song, and you're just leaning over some old person. Are they breathing? Can't tell. Yeah, I can't listen to smooth radio anymore without remembering that. Never lost anyone. Though.
So, frankly, Pab's voice that you used for that intro was quite insensitive when you put it in that context.
Harrowing. Sent me back to some dark times.
Pab, I really wish you'd think before you acted sometimes. You've upset Sheepdog there. How do you feel?
What do I feel? Nothing.
Oh, I see.
I mean,
poor old Sheepdog.
I'm disappointed that his smooth jazz radio intro interrupted our original. We'd agreed a new tagline, Kevin. Welcome to the Mature Gamer Podcast, the only podcast with 5 bumholes, I mean. I ruined my own joke.
Brilliant. I mean, you've done well there, haven't you? Goodness me.
Damn it, ruined my own joke.
And as I've been telling Anna all week, it's butthole, not bumhole. I don't like bumhole. I like butthole.
Bumhole, Kevin.
Well, I should have just went with my own joke, left it at 4, and when you asked, she said, well, Anna's a woman. Women don't have bumholes. I used to be a nurse. Then I could have left it at that.
Oh my God.
But there you go. The only podcast with 5 buttholes.
Nobody knows the context of that.
They don't need to. You know.
Well, I'm not sure I do. I'm giving people too many clues. After the reaction I got in the private network game chat when I went into great detail about why I wasn't doing the network game this week, and they all said, you cannot tweet that. But I've been quite vague about what's actually happened.
Kev, I streamed earlier, and literally everyone who came in was like, does Kev have piles? Does Kev have this? And I was like, no, he doesn't, no. I thought you'd had the snip, if I'm honest. I thought, he's probably just realised that if he has the snip, he's home free, and I just assumed that was it. But when you were like, I need a permanent solution, that's why I messaged you earlier. I was like, are you actually unwell? Are you disabled in some way now from something you've done? And you need to have a standing table for the rest of time. I was like, you are still being a little bit dramatic, buying a whole setup.
Oh, I just go, yes, Kevin. Okay, Kevin.
Right, that's it.
There's
if
no
you're
telling
eating,
him.
put your food down, go and stand outside, because I need to deal with this. So I'm going to tell everyone what's gone on. I have got
Kevy
what's
Two
known.
Buns.
Well, I've got what's known in the trade as an anal fissure, which is a small tear akin to a paper cut in the lining of
Yes,
my
but yours
anus.
is not small, is it, Kevin?
No, the multiple doctors who were in there yesterday having a look.
That was
'cause-
one doctor. It echoed, Kev.
No, there was more than one because it was a lady doctor, and she said, "I can't do this without a chaperone." I was like, "Well, I trust me. Why do you need a chaperone? What's going on here?" So she went and fetched her
She would get
chaperone,
lost in the hole.
and as she was rooting around in there, it didn't take her very long. She was like, "Oh yeah, that is a big one, isn't it?" So I have a big anal fissure, which is a small hole in my anus.
You've seen June.
That in itself, that in itself isn't necessarily causing the problem. I've not even been bleeding, but the problem is apparently when you do split the anus in the way that I have, usually through having a large poo. And we were talking about a large poo last week, pre-show. I did have a large poo recently. So by having a large poo, you can split the anus, which I have done. And the splitting of the anus leads to the sphincter spasming. And the sphinctal spasm can become so painful that you can't then sit down. And this is the problem that I've been in this week, where... This time last week on the podcast, I was just jokingly mocking that I had a sore butthole, but it's been getting worse and worse. And basically, every time I've had a poo, I've torn it a little bit more. So it got to the point where I had a poo yesterday morning, and it was really painful. It felt like I was pooing a bag of glass out. And I was there like, I was like, maybe, but you know, I don't eat much glass. But I was there going, as I'm having a poo. I don't know if Anna could hear me, but I'm there having a poo, 7 o'clock in the morning, going, oh, God. I couldn't sit down. So I finally bit the bullet, went to the doctors, and, they've given me all sorts of magical creams and potions and things. And it doesn't hurt too much now. But she did say, now this has happened, it's really easy for it to keep happening. So I now need to be more careful about things like this. I have to eat more fibre and try not to sit down all day, every day. So, that's why...
Like, rebuild it? You got so much wealth. Can't they just, like, line it with diamonds or something?
A diamond butthole. I would like that.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you might.
Yeah, I'll look into it. But yeah, that's why I need a standing desk, because at the moment I sit down at my desk for 10 to 12 hours a day. And that might be causing some of the problem. And I eat nothing but bread and sausages. I just eat hot dogs all day, and a little bit of glass here and there. So I've got to eat more fibre and exercise more and stand up. I've had Weetabix. I bought all the Weetabix, all the shredded wheat. I've been eating this thing called fruit. I don't know if any of you are familiar with it. I've been having some of that. Comes in all sorts of weird shapes, sizes and colours. It all tastes pretty bland. It's like eating leaves. But I've been eating fruit. And, I want to cure my butthole. But it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks to fix, apparently. So I've got 6 to 8 weeks of contorting myself around twice a day, trying to get my middle finger up my butthole to apply cream. It says on the thing, I'm supposed to be wrapping my finger in cling film first, so I don't get the cream going into my finger as well. I mean... It's hard enough for me to aim directly into my butthole as it is, but if I was to wrap myself in cling film...
I'm not helping him. Not a chance.
She wouldn't even have a look.
Richer for poorer, sickness and in health.
I haven't took them vows. I have not took them vows.
Someone's took them vows. I mean...
Alison, not me.
Well, yeah, to be fair, she did take those vows. So yeah. I might turn up at her house tomorrow and say, look, remember those vows? I need some cream up my bum. Come on.
She's a nurse, isn't she? She's trained.
Exactly. That means she'd be too nonchalant about it, too vigorous. I want it applying gently.
See, at what age? Because I'm sure if you're an OAP, you could probably get away with going, Lucy, come on, I'm your old dad. I'm in my 90s. Help me out. But in your 40s ain't really enough, is it? That's crossing a line that might scar her.
I'm not in my 40s either.
Might scar her, bless her. Yeah, you might as well be, mate. I mean, you've sat down so much your arse is broken.
Well, the other thing about this, I'm unlucky by 6 months on this, because this is most common in 15 to 40-year-olds. If I'd have got another 6 months, I would have been clear and I wouldn't have got it. So you lot are actually more in the danger zone for this than I am.
I'm quite athletic.
Eat your fibre. Don't sit down too much. Don't eat glass. Don't strain out a really big poo.
And then don't brag about it, Kevin, eh?
Well...
Do you not think this has got anything to do with the fact you gave up coffee, or as much coffee, and now suddenly it's probably all gathered? I mean, we're getting a bit extreme here. This isn't the poo podcast. The P doesn't stand for that. It stands for podcast.
My giant poo is what MGP stands for. That took me too long to think of, but as soon as you said it, I was like, right, I've got to have a think. MGP, my giant poo. I walked into the doctors yesterday saying, look, I've had an MGP. I need you to fix me.
Oh God! Wow, I bet they're still. They probably recognised you on the way in. They've done vlogs about this and all sorts. They're probably streaming live from your butthole.
It's the first time we moved here over a year ago. It's the first time I've actually been into this surgery. Normally, I just fill in a form. They ring me up and send me medicine. This time, I filled in a form. They rang me within 3 minutes and said, "Yeah, you need to come in." So it was my first meeting with my new doctor. Within 90 seconds of meeting, she had her finger up my bum.
Nice. You're lucky they didn't make you send a picture, really, aren't you?
There's not a chance I could have got a picture around there. Again, I would have needed Anna for that. No. And then I would have needed to buy a new phone.
You must have a telescopic lens you could have stuck in. It would have been
you will be able to go and eat your dinner again in a minute, boys and girls. But the really worrying thing, I've got 2 creams. One to relax my sphincter, and one of them is basically an anaesthetic to numb the area when I'm having a poo. So the danger of and I'm taking laxatives to soften my poo. I've got all manner of things, but the combination of the laxatives and this numbing thing that I'm putting on my bum is I can't stop myself farting at the moment. And I was lying there in bed last night, lying on my stomach, as you do, and just this enormous fart came out, and I'm lying there in the dark thinking, I have no way of knowing if I've just showered poo down on myself. There is no way of me knowing. I had to turn the light on and have a look, because for all I know, I could have just squirted a little poo fountain up in the air and I'd have been none the wiser, because I can't feel it coming out. The only reason I knew it was happening is because I could hear it. I'm like, oh, I hope that's just a trump, but there was a lot of that
behind you against the wall.
Just an Anna-shaped outline.
Oh God! You need to stick a nappy on, mate. This is where you're going to turn out you're one of these people who like dressing up as a baby, aren't you?
A little bit.
It'll start. You'll put the nappy on, and then you'll be like, I might as well have a pacifier while I'm here, dummy. And then
you're a dummy.
Warm up my milk. This time next year, you'll just be waddling around on your YouTube channel dressed as a baby.
I mean, there might be a market for that. So yeah, that's been the story of my week. You asked. You are all now safe to continue eating your Weetabix or whatever you are eating. I hope whatever it is you're eating, it is high in fibre, because I recommend fibre. This week's podcast brought to you by Big Fibre. Get that fibre in you, boys and girls. Oh, it's been traumatic. Talking of traumatic things, Pab.
Yes. Here we go.
Got a bone to pick with you.
Which one this week?
Well, last week you cost me quite a lot of money.
No, I didn't.
You did?
No.
Because last week I ended up buying a game upon your recommendation.
Yeah.
So you cost me money last week. This week, you've stolen a load of my time. You swine, because the game is good. I'm so annoyed with you. Why is it good? Fire Emblem 3 Houses is really, really good, and I am very annoyed with you, because I don't have time for this now. Why didn't you tell me about this before Christmas, or when I went on holiday? I spent my entire holiday sat in the woods playing Stardew Valley, a fresh save of Stardew Valley, because I didn't really have anything else to play. It would have been the perfect opportunity to play Fire Emblem, but did I know it existed? No, I didn't know it existed. Well, I've sat there this week playing this, and it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's Advance Wars gameplay mixed in with wandering about, chatting to people, and doing Persona type stuff. Mm-hmm. It's exactly as you described. It is perfect. And I'm looking now, this game was released on July the 26th, 2019. Mm-hmm. How on earth are we 2.5 years after release and you're only just telling me about it? You are slacking.
I suppose I am, because I know about it all this time.
And also, according to Wikipedia, allow me to read from the Wikipedia page, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 16th instalment of the Fire Emblem series. Are you telling me there's 15 more of these that you haven't warned me about?
I mean, I knew about the ones that...
Are they all like this?
No, I don't think so. I feel like they only started going this way when the one on 3DS came out, I want to say. And that's probably about 5 years old now, probably 6-year-old. That's the one that kind of like... Not rebooted, but, kind of like re-brought it to the light of everyone. Because it's been out for years. Like I say, I think it came out on like Super Nintendo and stuff. That's how old this series is. But yeah, I knew about this game since it came out and sat on it because I didn't want to pull the trigger on it.
Insensitive choice of words there. Carry on.
Yeah, sorry. But I didn't want to pull the trigger on it because I wasn't sure it was for me. But I
didn't have to get to enough houses. When you saw it was 3 houses, you were like, "Oh, I'm in."
No. It just I'm not like one of these kind of like tactics grid based.
I've played with you, Pat. You just go straight in, no tactics.
Yeah, I know. And and you know what? I've sat on it for about, when did it came out? 2019. I think I've sat on it for at least a year and thinking Kevin probably like this.
You are a monster. You are a monster. You know what?
I've been told off far too many times now to actually want to say anything. It's only in recent months where I've been told off for not telling you about things. That made me think, maybe he would like this. And then I had to vet it for myself and think, yeah, he probably would.
He does. He really likes it. It's great.
Yeah. Which house did you pick?
The one with the girl.
Okay, so that's the one I was initially drawn to. I didn't pick that one because I looked up what significance is. Pick it. Which one?
Apparently, my one does magic. That's what we do in my house.
And apparently, yours is the hardest one of the lot.
Seems appropriate. I am pretty good at video games.
I picked the easiest one because I thought, well, I want a straight... Well, no, easy is not the word. It's the most straightforward story sort of thing. The girls one has the most complex like storyline and lots of stuff going on. And I picked the most straightforward one just because I thought I want something that's... I want the game to be good. I don't want to be like...
The only thing I did look up was potential romance partners because as you know, MGP rules, I'm obviously playing as a girl, but also I don't really want to date boys, so I had to look to see which lady-on-lady romance options were available. And in my storyline, there are 2 potential lady friends, and in the other 2, there's only 1 each. So at least in this house, I have choices. So that was an important thing for me to look up as well.
There you go. I didn't even think about that part. It's very... I've played a little bit more myself this week, and it's very anime in places, isn't it? I mean, you'd know that with Persona kind of stuff.
It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it's very anime in places. That woman teacher, what? That no teachers dress like that.
I was going to say he's lost for words.
I'm wandering around dressed like that as well. We're both like it. Yeah, right. I'm very skimpy as well. So I think it's just how Japanese schools are, presumably.
Yeah,
all the teachers wander around half naked.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And apparently date the students, because that's the thing in Persona and in this. So I guess that's just how Japan works. Each to their own. Weird old Japan.
Let's say this firstly. It's not a school with kids per se, I don't feel like.
They're all between like 16 and 20.
Yeah, I feel like it's more like a...
Oh, that's a bit different. My college was like that.
What, your college lecturers were dating the students?
Yeah, it was all very hush-hush.
That's hideous. That is hideous. They
grim.
should all be in prison, and the
Pretty
lecturers.
Grim. Yes.
Ugh.
Good. I'm glad you like it. I was very nervous, and you said that before show, and I was like, "Oh God, here we go." I know what he's going to say. And then I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm happy that you actually like it.
I'm just looking on the Fire Emblem Wikipedia page again, and there's so their controversy is something called the Tear Ring Saga lawsuit. And now I'm thinking that seems pretty appropriate for what we've been talking about. What's the Tear Ring Saga?
All I've been thinking is like Fire Ring and the 3 buttholes and stuff like that. Just going through my head. You're telling me the Tear Ring Saga. Are you sure it's not? Did you say it was a controversy or a
something like that? I think. Yeah, they've got. I need to read about it properly.
Yeah, you might find that people who've been playing this game have been finding that their buttholes have just combusted.
Yeah, Pab, if you've literally torn me a new butthole, Pabby, we're going to be having words.
1 in 2 people, and then I ain't playing it. I tell you that for free.
No.
Well, I have got an excellent cushion now that apparently I can sit on top of an egg and not break the egg.
Oh, you got one of
It's
those
such a special cushion. I have,
Yes,
supposed to be good
I told
then.
him.
It's supposed to be
But
good.
it's a
How many
wonderful
eggs
thing.
are under you right now?
Yeah.
Anna won't let me test it with eggs,
Got it.
which I think is
That's the
cruel.
rule.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I got it, I went to fetch an egg, and she told me no.
I've got another egg-based test you can do that I saw on TikTok the other day. If you give Dave that egg to his mouth,
Yeah.
We've
Hold
done
it,
that
yeah.
before. Yeah, we've done that before.
will he break it? Did he break it?
No.
I was going to
He's a
try.
good boy.
I was going to try Molly, but I thought she's just such an idiot. It'll be egg everywhere. That dog is a moron. Bless her. Love her, but she's just an idiot.
Yeah, egg chair. And Fire Emblem's good. And I'm
Good.
going to play it again some more
Good.
as soon as we're finished podcasting. Pab,
Glad.
you're annoying.
I know. I wish I'd played more of it this week. It's a game that I can't play. I feel like I've wanted to play games this week where it's just I can have something on like a YouTube or a Twitch or anything like that, something on in the background on my iPad, and I'm just playing a game that doesn't really require my full brain attention. Fire Emblem kind of requires you to you kind of have to have conversations and answer questions to gain like not renown, but you know, like and what's the word I'm thinking of? Like a relationship sort of thing. You want to gain a relationship with these people, and I can't do that while I'm trying to I'm just watching something on YouTube or watching something on Disney Plus or whatever. It's not something I can just.
You have to pay attention, haven't you? Really?
Yeah, it's something I've got. Well, also, I've got to you've got to pay attention to the battle and stuff like that, and it's not a game that kind of just plays itself. I think I did the first training battle, the first big battle you do against both houses. I think that's where I've got up to.
I'm well past that
yeah, you
now.
probably would be. I'm not. I did that and I was like, okay, I can't, because I tried doing that while I was playing.
I ballsed it up massively the first time,
you?
and I thought, okay, I actually have to concentrate.
Yeah.
I went from both at the same time, and I was just, bad idea. Don't go from both at the same time. Be a little bit more tactical about it. When it says use the terrain and stuff, actually pay attention.
Yeah.
I just went beeline for each of them, and just everyone's dead. Luckily, I don't have the permanent death option on, because there is the way where if you lose someone in battle, they are gone. That would be an empty school if I'd have had that on for that first training battle. They'd be all dead.
Your house is dead.
Yeah.
I've pretty much just went and hid in the bushes and let them all come to me.
I just went straight
Sounds
for
about
him.
right, Pep.
You have advantage in the bushes. You have defensive advantage in the bushes. But I still only I beat them with me being the sole survivor. Everyone else was dead on the feet. I literally killed the last guy with. When
I did it the second time, I wiped him out without losing a man.
That's good.
We did it properly the second time when I realised you actually had to concentrate. Well, yeah, but what are you going to do?
Yep, it's a good game. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It is. Sheepdog should play it, just in
Sheepdog
case it
probably
is
would
tearing
like it, to be fair,
bumholes.
Yeah.
Sheepdog thinks it sounds great, but is scared of getting. I mean, how long does it say it takes to complete? It was a lot of hours, wasn't it?
It's a big game.
I didn't even look.
Plus,
How long to beat Fire Emblem 3 houses? If this is longer than 8 hours, I'll be furious.
It probably goes to 80.
I'll be furious. It is. Oh God! Main story is 50 hours. Yeah. Or if you do it leisurely, 72.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
If you want to do main story plus extras at a leisurely pace, 234 hours.
Wow.
You gotta think though. There's 3 stories in there. There's 3 separate plus there's 3 stories there. And there's a whole DLC for it with more stuff in it. There's so much stuff for this game. Effectively, Kev, you don't, if you go away again, you have a game to play for a long time, for potentially forever. You just keep playing this game with new stories.
Oh God.
Yeah. Anna, we need to go back to the forest.
Yeah.
We need a week in the forest where I can sit in the hot tub, which would be good for my butthole. The doctor did say that. Soak it in hot baths. And I said, I can't have baths. So we might have to get a hot tub or go back to the forest and play this.
I see.
Can you believe Anna won't help me get in and out of the bath to help my butthole?
Because I already have to bath Rue. I don't want to have to bath you as well.
I can't work out how you weird contortionists get out of baths. I've never been able to do it. My entire life, I have never got out of a bath unaided.
Get one of those handles and screw it to your wall so you can pull yourself out.
I'd just pull the wall off.
You get one of them like baths that have a door on it.
I'd like that, yes. Anna, can we get a bath with a door?
You have to ask the landlord.
Just
not
get
me.
onto your
Do I have
knees
to
in
sit
the
there
bath.
and wait for all the water to drain if I have one of them?
I think
People,
I don't know.
People say this getting onto your knees nonsense. I mean, what are you doing to get onto your... Are you just rolling over like a slug?
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, I'm so wide, I couldn't get into an MRI machine because it was just banging onto my shoulders. I have the same problem in the bath. I lie down in the bath and my shoulders are touching both sides of it. There's no way for me to roll over.
That makes me feel better. When I had an MRI, I wasn't touching the sides, but I felt bloody snug. But no, in the bath, I can roll over and, yeah, get on my knees and stand up. It's not that hard.
You should get some men's shoulders, you little weakling.
Well, I've got quite broad shoulders. It's just not the width of... I mean, to be fair, they did say it was a wide MRI machine.
Yeah, I need the wide MRI machine.
I still had a panic attack in there like a child. It was pretty... They were like...
I felt like I was going to have one because they got me part way in and it was banging into my shoulders and they're still revving the motor trying to get me in. And I'm like, I do not fit in here. And then just try and squeeze in. It'll be fine. You've only got to be in there 45 minutes. And I'm like, there's not a chance. I'm going to be in here 45 minutes.
Squeeze this thing if you're feeling like you've got a problem. So I started squeezing it. They went, are you all right in there? And I went, no, I want to get out. And they went, you can't. Sorry, stop squeezing. They just let me stay in there. It was outrageous. I was so worried. It was fine. I mean, I just freaked out. It was... Yeah, I just kept thinking, I'm stuck. I can't move. But now I know I wasn't as stuck as you, so that next time
Well,
I'll feel
they
fine.
couldn't even get me in. That's how stuck I was. I just had my head in there. And my shoulders felt like they were being ripped off.
You should see this as your opportunity to practice getting in and out of baths. Maybe you get in a dry bath and just practice getting out for a bit, and then eventually you might build up the strength to do it.
But surely that's even harder than getting out of a wet bath because you don't have the slipperiness to allow you to spin round.
You have more grip to stand, don't you? So, you know.
I'm not getting anywhere near standing, though.
Why don't you just get a paddling pool in your garden then?
We could do that, but it's got to be warm water on my butthole. So, Anna, you need to boil a lot of kettles.
Yeah.
Kevin, you can get yourself in and out of a bath. Why do I have to be there? Do I have to turn you around? Because I don't think so.
Yes, please.
No,
that would be
I'm not-
helpful. No, or you know what you need to do.
No,
I
I don't.
dangle my legs over the side, and then you have to pull me up by my hands. That's how I get out of baths.
There's bars on the bath. You can pull yourself up. So I like our old bath.
What you need is some sort of elaborate pulley system in the bathroom where you...
Yeah, we just need like a rope hanging down from the ceiling.
why don't you
where once
ju-
I've dangled my legs over, I can pull myself up on the rope.
Why
That'd be fine.
Why don't you just get the shower head and point it to where you need it?
Why don't you get like a really heavy rock tied to a string, and then the end of the string's tied to you, and then when you want to get out, Anna pushes the rock and it goes down the stairs.
Because we rent the house.
No, I think a rope off the ceiling is the way forward.
Yeah. Just some sort of
Pull
pulley
the ceiling
system.
down, Kevin.
No, I'll find a beam. I'm not
She
a
could, like,
madman.
Drive your car forward, and the rope could go up the stairs and over a big bar, pull you up, right? And then you're fully standing, you're dangling there, and then you walk off. It's all good. It's like a Wallace and Gromit thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'd like that.
You fall down
Ah,
straight
while
into
we,
trousers.
while we figure out the real logistics of all of this, I think you should probably insert an advert. Excellent advertising there, Pabby. Good work. Right, that was me for the week. I've only played Fire Emblem and Football Manager, and I've played less Football Manager than usual because, don't know if I've mentioned, it's a little sore to sit down at my desk.
I'm annoyed with myself this week because I've played games that I've spoken about already at left, right, and centre, and I'm like, I feel like I've done all the work of gaming and got none of the benefit of being able to talk about it on the podcast. I hate it when that happens because I played like 4 games this week, but it was Guardians, which we've spoken about, Pokemon, which I'm pretty much done with, Football Manager, which you talk about at length, and more Mortal Kombat, which I really, really suck at. I can't. I gave a great review of it last week, a great detail review, of it last week. But one thing I will say this week is that when I played 9 or 10, whichever, is this 10 or 11? I've forgotten now.
This is 11.
11. When I played 10, playing it on very easy was pretty easy. And I got through it, and it was about my level. Playing this on very easy, and my word, is it dunking on me constantly. I suck at it. Like, I'm so bad. Like, I'm not 100% at the moment. That weakness thing I talked about last week is still there, and it is changing times. So I don't know if that makes it less likely someone's going to catch me when I'm weak, or more likely someone could just catch me because the time I can't defend against it anymore. The variables are changing. But anyway, I'm playing games and I'm like, I'm a bit all over the place. And I'm so bad at this. Like, I was sat there. It got to the point where I'm so bad at it that I'm thinking of making a YouTube video where I just play it on the hardest setting and see how long it takes me to beat the first fight. I just thought I might just sit here and there's like a Sonya versus a daughter fight at the very start. She's getting promoted to some non-rookie level of their Earth Defense Army, and you fight your mum, basically, which is very bizarre because you're pulling out a gun and shooting her, you're stabbing her in the gut with a knife and all of this, and I'm like, that's your mum. Like, this is a inaugural sparring battle thing where you're just showing that you're strong enough to be part of the team. But I thought I might just start up the game and do that on the stupidly hard setting and see how long it takes me to beat it. It probably wouldn't make for a great video, but I reckon it'd probably last a few hours because I'm just shocking. I'm so bad at fighting games. Maybe I'm just out of practice, but I didn't get any better after playing it at length. It's an extremely difficult game. But I'm saying that. I'm the same with Football Manager, to be fair. I'm 3 seasons into my Vanarama National League save, Kev, and I've not been promoted yet. I keep losing the playoffs. Is it just a very hard game? I know you were at Leamington. Did you get the sack in the end?
No, but I have lost 12 consecutive playoffs across FM21 and FM22 at this point. Playoffs aren't really my thing.
Yeah, I just don't... that league is impossible to get out of because only one team gets automatic promotion and all the other teams go into a playoff.
Yeah, it is pretty tough.
It's mad because I was expecting to maybe take 2 seasons, go up, just keep getting promoted.
The good thing is, because of the way it's stupidly bottlenecked, when you eventually do go up, you'll go up again the following season. Because the bottom half of League 2 is much worse than the top half of the National League.
What I found, I was looking at stats. I didn't realise how many stats. They added the dynamic, whatever it's like, tactics, whatever it's called. The screen where it tells you more about the stats of your team. And I was looking at that, and I mean, I need to do better at my defence, my tackling of things. But the stats that I got from this was like, I have some of the best attackers. I have literally the best training team in the league. I have the best scouts in the league. I have everything I've done has improved this club immeasurably, and yet we cannot get into the top 3 of the league. We're constantly just outside because the teams that got relegated are just dunking on us constantly, and yeah, it's weird. I'm thinking eventually I might start managing abroad or something. I don't know. I keep sort of putting a vote in the chat and it keeps being 50-50. So it's like some people want me to go, some people want me to stay. So I'm like, well, I'm more inclined to stay and see if we can finally push out of this league. But 3 seasons in, it's hard going, isn't it? It's like, I mean, it's realistic, I suppose, because they're paying like $3,000 a week to their players, and I'm paying $1,000 a week to some of my best players, and that's about it. So yeah, I get it, but shows how hard it is at that level. I've not played it at a higher level yet, like other than my fabled save where I started as Spurs and immediately tried to sack Harry Kane because someone told me to. I haven't played any higher league stuff yet. Other than games, I mean, the only other thing I've really got to talk about, I have to mention this because I'm nervous about it because this is the first podcast we've done since I did it. I brought a new microphone because last week we felt the sound wasn't right. So I bought a new microphone in the week. I've set it up. I've faffed around with it so much. And now I'm sat here, I keep watching the little thing bounce up and down. I keep looking at the recording going, and I just keep thinking, if this ain't right, I'm going to be very disappointed. So I bought a Shure MV7, because that's what Pabs uses, apparently. And that's we were all saying this on my stream the other day. We're like, well, it's good enough for Pabs. It's good enough for Sheepdog. That is, we all want to be as good as Pabs. Not quite as good as Kev, because that's expensive. We're not made of money. But, yeah. As good as Pabs. That's good. So if I sound good this week, great, excellent. But if I sound worse, it's because I've set it up wrong and it's been a faff. And that's dominated my day today. All my lunch break, my after work. I spent so much freaking time trying to get this to work properly because it didn't sound right. I'm hoping we fixed it. But I just wanted to mention it in case you've been listening for half an hour thinking, why does Sheepdog sound like he's down a well or that he's fallen into Kev's second hole?
Does anyone know what Sheepdog's saying? There's so much interference, I can't make out what's going on.
It's the echo from your rectum. So yeah, over to Pab and Anna.
Okay, Anna. Where do we stand? Where are we at? You got anything new?
No. Oh, it's been one of them weeks where I have literally probably installed 10 different games and just went, no, I just don't want to play
You're
anything.
a madman.
I've had, I downloaded Death's Door, I didn't like that. I downloaded something else, and I didn't like that. I downloaded Far Cry 6, and I don't like that. I've downloaded Final Fantasy 7 Remake and got stuck, so I don't like that. I've downloaded Spelunky 2, I don't like that. And now I've reinstalled Ghosts of Tsushima because I am bored. I am so bored. I need a new game.
You should play Fire Emblem.
I don't want to play Fire Emblem. I want to play new games. I know new games are coming out, but they're not for me. What is it? Rainbow Extinction looks great, but I don't play online with people. I'm just not that type of person. So I'll watch someone play it, but I won't play it. I'm watching people play Fortnite because there's big dragons in it, but I'm bored. Just in 2
new
weeks'
action
time.
Pokemon game coming out on Friday, Anna.
I don't care.
Action Pokemon though.
I evened out that was it. The one I forgot. Fallout. I played it for 10 minutes and went, nope, can't bothered. I just cannot be bothered with anything. I hate it. I hate this. Why is everything moved from now? Well, just I've played not a lot.
Sounds like you've got plenty of time to help me in and out of the bath.
No.
Oh, you got a lot of time to build an elaborate winch system. Must be a game where you have to solve puzzles about getting a person in and out of a bath. Go learn from that and use it to help poor old Kev.
Well, no, I really wanted to play Death's Door because it was free on
Is it on Game Pass now?
on Game Pass. So I thought, I'll give that a go. And I literally got to the first boss and it just kept spinning at me. And I was just like, I ain't got to take that. I want to play it, but I haven't got the patience for it at the moment. I just want a zombie game, which I know is on its way, in my hands. Just put it in my hands, today. I won't even tell anybody. Just put it in my hands. Leave me alone, and I'll be happy.
Have you tried ordering it from lots of places? Some absolute bumhole got delivered the... I didn't mean to do that, Kev. Got delivered the... I'm not going on about it too much, the new Pokemon game this week. And whoever it was, immediately, they received it through the post and thought, I'll just stream it to the world. So now they've been leaking the game all over the place.
Have they not been banned?
I don't know. I don't know whether they're not doing... They might not be doing it on Twitch or whatever. They've just been releasing content left, right and centre because they received it early. I obviously don't want to be spoiled. I just want to play the game myself on Friday next week. And Amazon have gone, we'll deliver it on the 2nd of Feb, which sent me into a bit of a meltdown.
My God.
I was straight on their chat going, why? and their chat didn't know what to do, so they rang me, and I was just like, "You can't send it to me 6 days late. Like, I want it Friday. I want to be reviewing it Friday night." And they were like, "Well, it'll be with you by the 2nd, not on the 2nd."
Yeah,
And
I
was like, "No,
won't.
it's not good enough."
I won't go with Amazon anymore for their shenanigans with games. It's the same with game. Like the amount of times we've had things just like the Songbird edition and other things that were just like cancelled, and thankfully it's not happened. Like it hasn't happened to my loot boxes or anything like that. But for Kevin, I know it has, and that's why I go to shop too, and like I don't go anywhere else.
I did find when I went on Amazon there was a button that said dispatch the parts when they become available, and it was already ticked, but I ticked it again, or I was trying to click it to see if it had any details inside it, and it was just a button. And when it refreshed, then it said, "Oh, well, you'll get it by the 29th," and I was like, "Okay, that's the Saturday morning," but Amazon have assured me
that's still
they'll send
not
it when they
release
get
day,
it.
is it?
No, whatever said they'll send it when they get it, and it may be there Friday, it may be there Saturday. So I don't know. I can accept that. Although Pabs ordered it on digital, and he's going to get it.
Yeah,
Thursday.
never fear, Sheepdog. You can come and watch my stream on Friday.
I will stab you if you tell me anything about it. Just
come and watch, and you can see me
You'll have more
doing
by
all
miles
the
than
main
Kev
things.
if you let me.
If mine doesn't arrive on Friday morning, I'll probably download it as well.
That's
and then
mad, surely.
Well, just someone will take the other one off me, I'm sure. I just want the Pokeball. I don't really need the silly cartridge.
It's not a bad idea. I want the. That's the only reason I haven't done that is I wanted the Pokeball. But oh, do you know what? You're messing with my head now because Lewis said to me in my stream earlier, he was like, "Have you not got Oliver a copy of the game?" And I was like, "No, why would I have? You know, like he can do one. He doesn't care. He'll play it when it's old." But now I'm like,
you've met children, haven't you?
Sorry?
You've met children before. If you get something new and they like it, they'll take it off you. It's like kind of how it happens.
You can't take digital copies off you.
That's true.
No, this is it. Maybe I get the digital copy at midnight and then I give him the cartridge when it arrives and just keep all the shiny stuff to myself, you know?
There you go. See? Problem solved.
That does sound like a problem solved. I'll see what Amazon are saying. If they're telling me it's going to come Friday, I don't mind waiting. I'm not going to be playing it until after work Friday anyway.
Yeah, just see if it's not arrived by Friday, just download the digital version.
You lot are such bad influences. It's ridiculous.
It's Pab. He's a monster.
He is a monster. I bet he works for Nintendo.
If only.
If only. That sounds like an admission of guilt.
If I was on commission, I'd be making a ton.
Current ban. Yeah, so I mean, I think Anna was talking about games, and I've just derailed it by letting you twist my arm into spending more money.
Yeah, I haven't really got anything to say about anything. Though I did when I was playing Far Cry 6. I've now realised how all the upgrading works and stuff, so that's good. But it's such a big game. Like I look at it and I go, okay, let's do this. But it's so big. Like, I did that Wrapped thing this week. There was PlayStation Wrapped. And I went through it. And, like, it was like 1,010 hours I spent across the year. And 157 of them were in Valhalla. And that game is massive. So, like, it's like, it looks as big as that. And I just don't have 157 hours in me to give that. And I haven't even finished Assassin's Creed yet. It just sits there and I just grind at it now and then. But what it is that I know Dying Light's coming and I want it, and that's what I can think about. I won't even watch, like, there's people out there playing it, like, who get like builds early, and I won't even watch them because I'm like, no, you're playing it wrong, because they're so annoying. Like, they don't play games right because they're showing off the features. I'm like, no, go over there. There's something over there, but they won't go, and I just can't watch it. So I'm gonna play Ghost of Tsushima or whatever it is, and just be over there doing that for now until that hopefully comes out. And just, yeah, I hate this. I hate it so much. But hopefully it'll be good, because it was supposed
Hopefully.
to come out such a long time ago, like such a long time ago. It was like, oh yes, it's coming out, blah blah blah. No, it's not. It's been delayed. Oh, it's been delayed again. It's like, release it already. But see, I get.
This had better be good, Anna, because you've put all your eggs in this basket. If this is bad, I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, then 2 weeks later, I've got Horizon, so I'll be fine, hopefully. And then in March, I've got Tiny Tina. So, like, I love Borderlands. You all know I love Borderlands. So hopefully, I'll be fine. But I don't know. I just like I'll probably play Dying Light for like a couple of hours, like 10 hours, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I've had fun with it, and I can put it away, and then I can go back to the games that I actually like. Other games, I just need something new to put my time into, because like I've even gone to the thing now. I'm watching this like kids Disney movies in the evening because I am bored. I'm like, Kevin, come watch. What was it called, Kevin? Encanto. It's a good film. You should watch it. Very good. Lots of songs.
I thought the songs were a bit
Pab's
too
not
fast.
even seen Moana, so what does Pab know?
I've seen Encanto, sort
It's
of.
good, isn't
My old
it?
man ears couldn't keep up with half the songs. Like, I was just like, I don't know what she's saying. Like most of it was fine, but then I was like towards the end of the family
Oh yeah, that one is really hard to.
Magical, and she's just like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I really, really don't know what you're saying now. Like, I was following it to a point. I don't know anyone's names. You've completely thrown me. But now you're just. And I tried listening to it back in the car. Emily wanted to put it on, and I put it on, and I was like, no, I can't. That's too quick.
That
for
one
me.
is quick, but I like the Surface Pressure one with Louisa. I like that song. I like We Don't Talk About Bruno. They're all just very good songs, and Bruno is an excellent character. He is just the funniest. I was giggling. I tried not to
but it's all
giggle,
right.
because if I
I was
giggle,
expecting it
yeah,
to
because
be
like
okay, because it's Disney, it's going to be all right. But I enjoyed it, yeah. And I didn't realise it was the main girl was Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, isn't she?
yes, I told
Yes.
Kev that. I was like,
Yeah.
Kevin, you watch that thing? And he was like, yeah, it doesn't sound like her though. I was like, oh, well, I don't know, but I know you watch it.
Yeah, well, it sounds like her real voice. The voice she uses in Brooklyn Nine-Nine is just a voice she puts on, but that's more close to her real voice. She has a very squeaky voice in real life.
There you go. The more you know. But yeah, I've not really done it. I'm just flitting around here, there, and everywhere. Just mopey. I need a new game. So that's it. That's all me. Over to you, Pab.
Pabby!
I'm sort of in the same boat.
Oh no!
I'm kind of like, I've got games to play. I've got them to play. I bought stuff in the Steam sale. I bought stuff in the PlayStation sale. I bought stuff this week in there's a like a back compat sale on the Xbox. I bought like 3 Xbox 360 games. I was like, I forgot even these existed. Like £2 each. I'm like, yeah, go on then. £2. I'll give it a go. Not played any of them. Of course, you don't do that. I'm just there to collect them. So, like I said before, I feel like this week I've just wanted to play games that I can have with while I'm watching something, where I could just sort of play without any real thought into it. One of the game I bought on PlayStation was I bought Everybody's Golf again.
No, about 8 years.
Yeah, I feel like I bought when I bought Everybody's Golf on disc. I've got it. I own it, a physical version, and I feel like I bought that the last time we were at Play Expo. That rings a bell.
That's been many, many years.
That was a
yeah.
while.
It's a PS4 game, so I'm playing it on PS5. But I just bought a digital one, and it just because I've got a digital console now, I can't use the disc at all. So I thought, sorry, and you know what? I do like Everybody's Golf. Everybody's Golf is a good little game. It's cool. It's not too taxing. It's not. I don't think it's as. I think it probably is a little bit better than Mario Golf based on what I've played. But it's just nice. It's not a massively taxing game. I'm just whacking the ball around, putting some shots in. I think I had like there's some sort of versus thing turned up. I got to level 2, and then every time you go up a level, a new character turns up and they want to challenge you, so you challenge them to it. I beat them. It was nice. It was nice just to do well. I've got something on my iPad, so I'm just kind of just chilling out. And the other thing I played a bit this evening. One of the games I picked up in the Steam sale is a little game called I Am Dead. It's from Annapurna, who I've quickly becoming like my go-to like publisher. If they're putting a game out, I'm interested in seeing what they're doing. They put out probably 3 of my top 5 last year. And yeah, they just put interesting games out. You play a guy called Morris, I want to say.
Excellent,
I think his name Morris Tupton, I think his name is. And he lives on an island. And it's all very like pastel, kind of like paint. It's almost like painted, but it's not. And you quickly realise he's dead. He's a ghost. He's talking to you. He's a ghost. And you quickly realise that you live on an island, and the island is a dormant volcano. But it is about to erupt again, and you have to find a spirit to keep it dormant, because of the old spirit who has been doing it for thousands of years can't do it anymore. We need to find a new spirit to do it. And you have to go around the island to these different little locations and find a ghost that's inhabited. So I did this tonight. I did the lighthouse, and you go through the lighthouse, and you have to fight to find the ghost. The ghost is there, but you can't. The ghost is like kind of just a bunch of like memories at the minute, and you have to kind of collect the memories and kind of like put them all together for him to appear. And you do that through like kind of like, it's not pixel hunting. It's like it's where you're looking for something in particular. You have to go initially find people. You have to find the people in the lighthouse who have memories of this guy in the lighthouse. And once you do that, you find them, and then you kind of do this like, what's that psychology test where you have like them different like ink paint pictures or something like that? What's it called, that thing? I can't remember what it's called now.
Rorschach chess.
Sorry?
That thing, the Rorschach chess.
Yeah, sort of, yes. So you have that. It's just like this picture, and you kind of like scroll up and down on it until it forms an image, and you let go of it, and then it shows you what like this memory that this person has of you. And you do enough of these, and then it unlocks like an item that you then need to go find in the house. And then once you've found this item, you find all. I think there was 5 items in the house, and you find them all, and then your dog, who's like kind of like your spirit guide, you spark it a spirit guide of like who's like with you. You have to go and then have her chase around these like memories, and then put them all together onto this ghost. And it was cool. It was just a nice little chill, relaxing little game where I was just flitting around, and everyone's got like a different. They're all British accents on there. There's like, I think the guy, it sounds to be like the main character's from Dorset or something like that. He has very very Dorset kind of accent, and the lighthouse keeper was northern. He was very northern. And I feel like one of them was Welsh that I spoke to as well. So there's all these different British accents in there, which was cool. And yeah, I just enjoyed doing just kind of like just. It's not pixel hunting. It's very much a nice story game with. It's not too taxing. That's what I'm saying. It's not like something that I need my full attention. I can stop what I'm doing and go and do whatever, and I come back to it and just go, okay, well, let's look for this thing and carry on what I was doing with the story. It's nice. It's a nice little game. It's got like very positive reviews on Steam, which is what kind of pushed me over the edge, and it was cheap in the sale. And like I say, it's Annapurna. Annapurna games are always interesting. They never play it safe, Annapurna, which is what I like about them. They're not gonna. You always know you're gonna get something a little different with them, like what The Artful Escape. Maquette, I think, was them as well. One of my favourites. I mean, 12 Minutes was them as well, and 12 Minutes wasn't necessarily the best game of the year, but it was different. So yeah, I've played some more. Hopefully, I'll play some more of that and actually do like. Cause I imagine it's not a massive game. There's 5 ghosts I've got to go through and find, so it's nice. It's nice, chill out, and yeah, that is pretty much all I've played. Other than, like I say, I've played a little bit of Fire Emblem. As I mentioned earlier on, I played a bit of Fortnite as always. Like Anna said, there is like some sort of big monster thing in there now.
But if you give him berries, he gives you weapons.
If you give him stuff, he'll eat anything. You put anything in front of him, he'll eat it. He prefers the berries. Don't shoot him or attack him, else he'll set you on fire.
No.
He'll attack you. He turns red and goes crazy on you. Until it's back, so it's been hectic this week in Fortnite because Tilted's back. And
oh, did it go? I didn't know. They were just
Tilted's
like
been
making
gone
a big
for
deal.
a long time. Tilted's been gone since the old map. The new map came in, and it's the new map again has come for what is it, chapter 3 we're in now, or whatever we're in now, and Tilted is back finally, and everyone's lost their marbles and just gone insane for it this week, and all the big streamers have been back on it again because Tilted's back and what have you, and it was we went on it, and it was just like we looked around on the map, and it was like, but I reckon probably 100 people on the bus. I reckon probably 70 people came down to Tilted, and you're like, this is impossible to come out. How do you come out of this? It's insane. So yeah, that has been pretty much my week in a nutshell.
Excellent. Well, I suppose we'll wrap the podcast up there then, Pabby, if your nutshell's complete.
Yeah.
Because I'll level with you, I could do with not sitting down for too much longer.
Don't catch yet.
Don't want to get into too much detail. This is a family podcast, but I'm just feeling a little uncomfortable. So we will wrap things up there. If you want to follow us on Twitter for more butthole news, you can follow me at Lelujo.
And I'm at RB6K.
I'm at Miss Lelujo.
And I'm at Pab 1986.
And we will see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, folks.